Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Americas workshop, or should I say introduction to the My Most Trusted 100 Club. And yeah, really excited to all see you here today. I'm particularly excited because I get to do this with my son. Hey, Cam.
Hey guys, you're not seeing Turb Scott. It's actually me. My name's Cam. Really happy to be joining. Really happy to be meeting you all. And yeah, I'm excited to show you guys what we got here. I've been roped in as free, cheap labor, as because I'm the son. So yeah, here I am.
Yeah, well, it is family after all, so you can usually get away for paying a bit less. But anyway, let's not talk about cheap labor and exploitation of the younger generation. What we're here to do to talk about is the My Most Trusted 100 Club. It's beautiful to have you here. It's great to do this with my son. We've got Cherie on as well. And some of you guys know about My Most Trusted already. Some of you don't. If you don't worry about it. You're going to learn. We're really excited. And yeah, what can I say? The 100 Club, what is it? And what is it going to be about? And how does it work? So for those of you who know about My Most Trusted, you'll already know that it is a very rapidly growing international network driven by a Chrome extension. We have rolled out several white labeled versions across several networking groups, clubs, and communities around the world, and many more to come, creating this beautiful network of real human beings connecting around the world. It's done in a very specific and unique way, because the beauty about My Most Trusted is it allows you to take that portion of your LinkedIn that actually means something and create a new and separate database, nurture, look after your trusted connections, and then meet other people with their trusted connections. And as you build each other's trusted connections, you can see each other's, you can generate proactive referrals. It's absolutely incredible. I mean, Cam, you've been with us for a couple of weeks and you got roped in, like I told you. Give them some examples. Tell them how you've been going with it so far.
Well, I mean, I think that I'm not sure if this specific group there's anyone that I know, but my dad's got me involved in some of his work. And the first step that we took was firstly for me to just get a couple of meetings with some of his good friends, some of the business people he's done with some work in the past. So what I did was I literally went onto the app. Again, I'm not sure how familiar you all are with it. And I went to, I think it was some of your oldest trusted connections, some of the ones you put in first. And I just said, request introduction, request introduction, request introduction, request introduction. And within about a half an hour, I had 4 meetings booked, which was a lot busier of a first week than I expected. But it ended up being very, very beneficial. And it was all because of the app. I mean, I must say, it did end up booking me quite a few very quickly. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful because Cam gets to meet people from all over the world, great people, and the meetings are booked very quickly, all through referral. So everything we do around My Most Trusted is about a referral. So it's all free. And people always say to us, okay, guys, you know, how much have you spent on this? And if we're honest, probably $150,000 so far. And we're going, well, you can't be doing this because you're a lovely, generous, wonderful human being. And I say, of course, I'm a wonderful, generous, loving human being. And so is the rest of my family. However, they are absolutely right. How do we make money out of this? Now, our goal was to keep as much of My Most Trusted as free, because we've got people in the Philippines and third world countries, Africa, that want to use it for free. And even if we charge $10 or $20 a month, it's expensive for them. And we want this to be available worldwide. So we created a business class version of My Most Trusted, which is a done for you service. So you know how Cam was telling me, it was just in the example that Cam gave was that he went onto my trusted connections and said, request appointment, request appointment, request appointment. I then was able to introduce him. That can be a semi-time consuming process to do on your own. So part of the My Most Trusted 100 Club is we actually do that on behalf of our My Most Trusted Club members. So the My Most Trusted 100 Club is the business class version. It's restricted to 100 companies worldwide, or shall I say it will be. It's not elitist. I don't like the word elitist at all, but it's very specific. We want people that believe in the spirit of referrals and opening doors, but we also realize that people don't have time and that we can actually do a lot of it for them. So by actually doing a lot of those referrals for them, we can get them in the door. But the way that we do it is very unique and very specific. And this is where the 100 Club gets interesting and why you guys are all here today to listen to this. Now, referrals are the highest form of flattery. Anybody here who does not want a referral, please just mention in the chat. I'm guessing there's going to be no one, right? Okay, I can see Mike's big smile on his face. Of course, we want referrals. We know how amazing referrals are. So isn't it amazing if there was a way of proactively creating those referrals? And that's essentially what we're doing. So our goal with the 100 Club is to have a concierge. So the first thing you get with a My Most Trusted 100 Club membership is access to a concierge. That's called an R&R concierge. And it stands for referral and reputation. And that concierge is like a VA. They log into your LinkedIn profile. They log into the full My Most Trusted network, which is approaching 15,000 people now and growing quickly, and finding those handpicked referrals. But how we do it is interesting. Let's say that you really want to meet IT directors in the US, right? In New York. You're looking to meet IT directors in New York. So the way that we do that is we will go in and we'll search our database to see what IT directors in New York or in that database. But instead of reaching out cold and going, hi, we've got a club member or so-and-so would love to meet you. Why don't we set up an appointment? They will ignore us flat because we don't know them. However, their trusted connection is already in our network. So we can reach out to their trusted connection and we can say, right, I would love to introduce you to Mike Salitro, for example. Mike's a great guy, and build Mike's credibility to that individual so that that individual can take Mike in to meet that IT manager in New York. So it's a referral. Everyone is a handshake. Everything's introduced. Okay, that's the basic of what we do. So we are doing that on behalf of our club members, and we are finding those handpicked referrals and we are helping them get in the door. The other R with referral is the other R that I mentioned before is reputation. Now, this is where we are, what's the word? Completely different. We are not a networking club, so we don't do networking events. But what we do is we build your credibility with something called a captivating one-liner. So why don't I ask Cam to show you some examples of captivating one-liners and how we build your credibility. But before he does it, it's really important. Whenever we refer you to someone or whenever you reach out to someone on LinkedIn, the bad news is they don't care about your product or service. They don't care. What they care about first and foremost is, can I trust you? Why should I trust you? Why should I care? So we do not ever promote your product or service. We build you up and we make you look credible. And we help the person on the other end understand that, wow, this individual understands my pain. If you talk about their pain instead of your product, that's how you get in the door. And we do this in a really engaging way called the captivating one-liner. Cam, show.
Cool. So I'm just going to share screen share quickly. We've got quite a few for all of our different club members. And so as my dad was mentioning, the whole idea behind this captivating one-liner is the whole idea is that you're not trying to promote yourself. Because again, as soon as you send a LinkedIn message to someone saying who you are and what you're selling, they're almost immediately going to think you're a spam bot or whatever and ignore you flat. So what we do is we focus on the pain point that your potential clients face on a day-to-day basis. And we basically align these one-liners, these captivating one-liners based on that pain point. So for example, here, we've got one of our club members is named James Moore. He works for a fleet dynamics group, which is kind of just the whole fleet and the data that runs behind owning a fleet of trucks. And we decided that the most thought-provoking, captivating one-liner is you think your fleet of trucks is running smoothly until it becomes manslaughter and you and your directors go to jail. Now, the whole idea, I know you guys are probably shaking your head going, what on earth does that even mean? The whole idea is that it's supposed to be thought-provoking. It's supposed to be straight up in your face, and it's supposed to make you think, hang on a second, is this actually a pain of mine I didn't even realize that I had? So your potential leads out there, your potential clients who face this on a day-to-day basis are all of a sudden not just going to see you with an article all about yourself, but a problem that you might come in with a solution. And that's how we build your credibility. By writing this entire article that goes to our designer and our copywriters, you all of a sudden are not just someone who's selling something, but you are actually selling a solution to the pain that we've come up with in your captivating one-liner. So let me show you a couple more examples as well. Some of them are really funny, if I do say so myself. This one's for systems and outsourcing. Repent ye, business owner. Spend more time with your kids. Take a sabbatical without a laptop. Have faith in your team. Your prayers for a systemized business have been answered. And probably my personal favorite actually is the SEO Lord's Prayer. Dear God, please don't ask me to do SEO on Shopify. So these are all very much so industry in jokes. They can be funny, they can be, they can be shocking, whatever. When we sit down with you for an hour and a half, however long it ends up being, we're going to find out about you, your industry, your pain points, and we're going to figure out what is the perfect line that's going to captivate your potential audience. So when we're going out to do your outreach, we're going to do it for you with a line that is tailor-based for you and the solution that you're going to bring. Do you want me to show you a couple more, or do you guys feel like that's enough?
Yeah, show them one or two more there. Flick through a couple, Cam.
Show you a few more. Why not? We got time. So then there's the paint company here that we've got. Again, we've got a very, very versatile business club. Paint companies. Reading your online content is dull, lifeless, and colorless. It's like watching paint dry. So, so these are the different articles that we're going to send out and do that, and it's going to do the outreach almost for you. Instead of you feel like you have to come up with just a random message saying to someone, listen, this is who I am, it would be great to work with you. We are now going to send them this article, and just like that, the outreach is far more warm than it would have been if it's just some random spammy message. DCIM, your PUE is terrible. Greta Thunberg is investigating. I think you guys get the kind of idea. You know what I mean? Again, it's very industry specific. And our job is to come up with the line and the article that's perfect for you.
Beautiful. Thanks, Cam. I think that's a lot of examples. So in my book, The Captivating One-Liner, I show a lot of those examples and you'll start to see them come alive. But now here's the thing. And why do we do this? Because most business owners, unfortunately, do not know their target audience and what kind of referrals they want. And I always ask this one question to every single person that we meet, everyone. And I say to them, if I drop a pebble into a pond of water, how do I make the ripples go inwards? Anyone want to volunteer an answer? Pebble into a pond of water, ripples go inwards. How do you make them go inwards? You can't. That's the answer. So the whole point of it is this. Now, most people go, I say, well, what kind of referrals you want? Oh, I'm a life coach, and anyone who's interested in becoming their authentic future selves and discovering the inner child within and unleashing their greatest potential. That's not a referral. You know what I mean? It's not specific. We need to break it down specifically into the kind of personality and the kind of person, if it's job title, industry, etc. That's what gets it. Now, you're probably sick and tired of going onto networking groups and having to pitch over and over and over and over again. When we introduce you to somebody, whether it's another club member or within our whole big network, we make sure that they read that article first. So you don't have to keep pitching over and over again. They know who you are, they can see what the pain it is, and that the meeting becomes that much more specific. Now, we haven't solved the world's problems of lead generation and can get you leads or great quality leads on tap. We're not a lead generation process. That's not what we're trying to be here. We're not even a networking group because we don't like to do networking events specifically in the same way. There's lots of other great networking groups out there and we work closely with them. But what we do is we handpick referrals and we work hard to get you in the door. So your concierge can sometimes spend a long time going, right, you want to meet IT directors in New York, finding IT directors, reaching out to their trusted connections, making friends with their trusted connection on your behalf, getting to know them, sending your article, getting them to read it, maybe meeting with them, then possibly introducing you, and then they can take you in to make that introduction. Does that make sense? So there's no real cold outreach done in the same way. And this is the real game changer. There is a little bit of what we would call cold outreach, but the beauty is that it's not really cold. So your concierge is also going to log into your LinkedIn profile for you and do a little bit of cold outreach, but not like an automation type thing. We don't do that. It's outreaching to high quality people, but it's not hard spammy. We use the captivating one-liner, and look how beautiful it looks. So when we reach out with these beautiful articles, and all we need to say to them is, in this case, you say, hi, David, I just wanted to reach out to you. I wanted to reach out with this article. Okay. And actually put it in here. Look how incredible it looks. Our graphic designs team really makes it. Guys, this 10x's your click-through rate. So this makes so much easier to give a referral, because instead of going, Mike Salitro is an amazing guy, Sally Ann is just a wonderful, wonderful woman. Trust us. We know what we're talking about. It doesn't work as well. if we say Sally Ann is an amazing woman, read this article, and there's this beautifully designed piece of work, the credibility is built straight away, and they can see the pain, and that helps you get in the door, because it's all about that personal introduction. And this beautiful work gets done that just goes boom, the journey of a chaotic migration from fluffy white cloud to an unsecure resource sucking black hole. Beautiful stuff. You can see these powerful, provocative images that when they land in LinkedIn, and you can imagine this done as a referral, it's like, wow, people are like, okay, I have to click on this. This at least 10x is the click-through rate. I mean, check, procurement alarm, spies are sneaking around your company. So if you're a procurement manager, you want to read that. You have to click on it. So you see what we're doing. We're creating these beautiful, captivating one-liners, and we literally spend an hour and a half workshop just coming up with that one line with every single new club member that comes on board. So when we introduce you to the rest of the club, boom, you've got this captivating audience already. Does that make sense, guys? Do you see the difference? Do you see how the approach changes and how we try to get you in the door? But it's all about who is my target audience. Okay, so we have the concierge I mentioned. So the concierge R&R logs into your LinkedIn profile and does a little bit of small number of cold but high quality outreach using the warm concept of the captivating one-liner. Is also searching through our whole database. Our entire team is mandated to give you referrals. So that's what we're here to do. We're here to find referrals for you. We also are part of many networking groups around the world. So we have access to be able to find great quality people for you as well and make those introductions for you. So we can give you those high quality introductions so you don't have to. So this is a done for you service. Then we also do a couple more things. So we've done the captivating one-liner. We've got this. We do something called an awesome foursome. Cam, would you like to explain the awesome foursome?
Sure, more than happy to. So as my dad's commented on a couple of times already, we don't consider ourselves a networking group. There's some absolutely fantastic ones out there, like selling on the spot marketplace, for example. So I had to give Trainer Jane a bit of a shout out there. So we don't consider ourselves a networking group or a business club that comes together and has these, hour-long Zoom sessions once a month or once a week. Because there's a place for that, but that's not what we're going for. Instead, the way that we decided to promote some sort of a collaboration between us, between all the club members and between us and them, is by doing these events called awesome foursomes. So this is essentially how you, as new possible members of the club, are going to meet the rest of the club. And how this works is that every month we are going to assign 4 different club members together. It's going to be different every week. So every week we make sure that you meet different people. And what you guys are going to do is your responsibility before every meeting is you are going to go and read every other of the 3 people in your awesome foursome meetings. You're going to go and read their article. You're going to go find out about them. You're going to find out their industry. You're going to find out the type of people they might be looking for. And you're going to come into that meeting, not just unprepared, but firstly, knowing who you're talking to, and also do some thinking about possible referrals that you can give them. So you're going to say, okay, for example, maybe you'd work in as we were saying, a fleet dynamics company. I know this person who will actually be perfect to make an introduction to. So that means that if you walk into this meeting and everyone's come in prepared, an hour later, you could easily walk out with 3-4 meetings with new possible leads. And that's how we do this. Every month, we don't do weekly Zoom sessions. We prefer to do it properly and efficiently, where you come in prepared, ready, and just, excited to help one another. And slowly but surely, as you meet more of the members, you'll start to build a relationship with them. Perhaps maybe you'll come across someone on your day-to-day who you'll think, actually, hang on, that's perfect for Jane, who I just met the other day. Or hang on, that's perfect for Joanne. And that's slowly but surely, you're going to go around and you're going to meet new people and help one another. That's why we love to be called, we like to consider ourselves a collaborative club, because the whole idea is that it's a business club. We're here for one another, and we're here for you too.
Yeah, thanks, Cam. So as I mentioned right at the beginning, we're restricting this to 100 businesses worldwide. And we're doing this because our goal is to create a really, really nice, I don't want to really use the word exclusive business club, but it's very specific. The type of people are important. So I always meet everybody personally, do an interview, make sure you are in inverted commas qualifier. And again, I don't really like that word, but it's just making sure that you're a great fit for the club to make sure it works out. So it's important that if you do want to join the My Most Trusted 100 Club, that you realize that we're not just here to flood you with referrals like a lead generation companies. Of course, that's our primary goal, but you're here to meet, to give awesome foursomes. Incidentally, the concept of the awesome foursome comes from an Australian rowing team from the 70s called the awesome foursome, and they were unbeatable. They were so good, nobody could come anywhere near them. And that's the spirit that we want to have. So you're part of it. But at the same time, we realize you don't have time. You probably don't want to go to networking groups every day and constantly repeat yourself over and over again. If you do, amazing, go to those groups. But we're not like that. We are very specifically using My Most Trusted to get you those hand-picked introductions. Now, what I'm going to do quickly is I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to just quickly give you an idea of how it works. So we have access to the whole My Most Trusted database, which is now being syndicated all over the world across many networking groups. And as I said, we've got almost 15,000 people in total. And that number is like really going up nice and quickly now as more and more people create white labels versions of My Most Trusted. If you do not know what I'm talking about now with My Most Trusted, stay to the end and we'll give you an overview of the actual technology. But suffice to say, every single person in here is a trusted connection of someone else. They're a real human being. They're not a bot. They're not a fake profile. Okay, they're not a spy that snuck in there to sneak your data away. And believe me, guys, they are coming. Those AI spies are coming. You're going to notice something over the next 3 to 6 months. You're going to notice people connecting with you on LinkedIn and going, wow, I'm really interested in your product or service. Can you tell me more? And you go, cool, this is how I do it. Oh, tell me about your methodology. Tell me about more. Give me your specs. Oh, that's interesting. Where are you based? And they get more and more personal. These are not humans. They are AI bots designed to pretend their interest. Take your data, get to know you, put it into a separate database, hand that information to another bot who can then relentlessly spam the living daylights out of you. This is why we believe and support networking groups and business clubs, because they, for me, are the human-to-human connection of the future. We need those clubs. What we're doing is we're throwing petrol onto those clubs and igniting it. So what I've done here is I've done a search, all right, for job title lawyer in the United States. So I pretend I'm your concierge. My goal now is to find you lawyers to meet. Let's pretend you've already done a captivating one-liner. You've got this beautiful piece of work, and you can see there's a whole bunch of lawyers in our system. First one, straight off the bat, CEO, lawyer, family lawyer, Yang Law Offices, USA. Perfect. Elizabeth Yang. There is no way that if we reached out to Elizabeth Yang directly, that she would even listen to us. It would be a cold outreach, highly unlikely she's going to reply, or we're going to get you a meeting with him. So that's why we contact our friend Linda Fisk, and we go, Linda, could you please introduce Mike Salitro, for example, our club member, to Elizabeth Yang? And Linda's going to go, cool, tell me a little bit more about Mike. We send Mike the captivating one-liner. Wow, Mike looks like a really good guy. I would probably introduce you to Elizabeth. Maybe she will introduce Mike straight away. Or maybe she's going to say, before I introduce Mike to Elizabeth, would you mind if I just had a meeting with Mike? So sometimes the club member's got to meet with the person that's going to be introduced to that person. And that's all very well and good. So in other words, everyone is one handshake away. So we have plenty of people that are involved with lawyers, and this is just one example, within our network. We might not know these people, and they might not be directly part of our network, but they're a trusted connection of somebody who is. And we can then go work with your one-liner, build your credibility to them, and help you get in the door and help you book those meetings. So this is how we do it. And sometimes it can take quite a while because we've got to reach out to Susan. We've got to book a meeting with Susan. We've got to build your credibility with Susan. Then we've got to finally say, okay, Susan, great. Now we've got to talk about meeting Stephanie, whatever it happens to be. So that's essentially how we do it. So it can done for you service. So you can all do this yourself with My Most Trusted if you want. And we will, with all our videos, we can show you how My Most Trusted works as a Chrome extension, and that's free. But I want to introduce you to the 100 Club, because if you're part of the 100 Club, it's business class. You can sit back relax on your comfy chair and get a lot of it done for you. Okay, so that's what we're doing. You've got a concierge, they're accessing your profile, they're handpicking for you referrals. We're trying to reach out to people, and we do an event for you. Or should I say, we help you do an event. If you run an event, you already know what it's like to try and get people to that event and how difficult it is. What we can do is we can help you get people to that event, because we have a 100 club. So all the other companies can help promote your event on LinkedIn in a very soft and gentle way. So if you here today, you might have come via our LinkedIn event that we posted. Well, that is a result of us getting our community to help us promote this event. So we do the same for you. We've come off some very successful events because we help each other promote each other's event, but in a gentle way. We don't spam your connections. We don't do anything like that. It's all really gentle. So you can have a really, really successful event and we can help you grow your event. This is what it's like to be in a community. This is what it's like, as Cam said, to be in a caring club of people that genuinely do care about each other. Have I left anything out there, Cam? Did Dad do a good job?
No, I think I trained you well. You've done well.
Great job, great job. Okay, well, good, guys. So that is the 100 My Most Trusted 100 Club. If you would like to join, in terms of cost, it's $400 a month, and that includes everything. The captivating one-liner workshops. I sit with you for an hour and a half. We look at their pain, not your product. What is their pain? We identify it and we encapsulate it in one line. We go to graphic design, we go to copywriting. The team puts this beautiful piece of work together. You have a concierge. Everything we do is measured. So you can see everything that happens. We monitor every referral, every outreach. You can see everything. We work with you on optimizing. We work with you consistently to help you get in the door. And of course, we help you work with My Most Trusted to get into that target audience that you so really need to. But unless you know who your target is, you're going to try and make the ripples go inwards. Not going to work. We help you drop a pebble and those ripples go outwards, and then you'll always be able to catch the people on the periphery. A brain surgeon makes the most money from the brain. But if the brain surgeon's on a cruise, someone breaks their leg and someone says, don't worry, I'll fix your broken leg. I'm the brain surgeon. You're not going to go, whoa, you're a brain surgeon. You're not going to know how to fix a broken leg. A brain surgeon by default will know how to fix a broken leg. That's why we make you a specialist, because a specialist by default can take the ripples that move outwards. Does that make sense, guys? I hope it all does. There's lots of other cool features. We do things like called chicken and egg, where we help you with specific identifying your product offering, and a whole bunch of other things that we help you do as well within the My Most Trusted 100 Club. So yes, guys, it's $400 a month. People ask, well, do I have to sign up for 10-year or a lifetime contract? How does it work? So it's really important that we do not believe in long-term contracts. So it's a month to month. So $400 for everything. I mean, guys, it costs more. It literally costs more than $400 in the first month just to do your graphic design and copywriting. We want you to come on board for life. This is really important. That's why we're very careful about who we pick. So if you would like to come on board, I will put my link into the description below. Feel free to book an appointment with me. Let's have a meeting. I want to get to know you anyway. Let me just quickly copy and paste that. If it's you watching this on YouTube, you will be able to get it. So book a half an hour with me. Let's get to know each other. Let's really understand how we can help each other, and hopefully the My Most Trusted 100 Club could become your tribe, because we would love to have you.
Yeah, so Scotty, I just wanted to make sorry, Cam, I just wanted to make a comment. Someone had asked, oh, how many referrals do you think someone could get for that price? All right, so if we had to unpack this a little bit, a lot of people sometimes pay up to $1,000, $300, $400, $500,000 for a really, really good introduction referral. Just the referral, just for one introduction. So never mind that, depending on your target audience, depending on your actual business, it could range from 2 to 3 to 10 that we will try and commit to, you know, assisting with you a month, which will also be aided by your awesome foursomes. There's a whole lot of different ways that you will get these referrals. But most importantly, once you become part of, and I'm not afraid of using the word exclusive, an exclusive club where when it hits even its 50 mark, 100 mark, you won't need to really go much further than within the club's boundaries of highly exclusive and, in my opinion, amazing businesses where so much of what you need will be within that. Then, of course, outside of the club, we have access to our larger network, and never mind all of the other functionalities and assistance that comes with it. So it depends on you. You know, if you are going to earn about $10,000 off of a deal, $400 a month, to get a couple of referrals is really nothing. But if you're only going to make $10, you know, for every client you get, I'm sure it'll hit your pocket a bit. So it all depends.
Yeah.
Scotty?
The important thing is the internet never forgets. So if you're going onto LinkedIn or anything on social media and using hard sort of sales messages, they will sit in that person's inbox forever. So if you try to do business with them in 5 years from now, and they happen to look at your messages, I made mistakes doing this years ago myself. They're going to sit there. They're going to look down. They're going to go, oh, you're that person who spammed me all those years ago. You're going to lose credibility. But with a captivating one-liner, oh, you that person who sent me that epic article that I had to click on. That was like, whoa, that's what you want to do. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to position you personally. We don't really care about your company name or your brand. Sorry, I know that's like, might be a bit offensive. Of course we do care about it, but we're more interested in you, because you are the person that builds the brand. That's why I'm personal. That's why I bring my family into these chats with you, so you can meet them. And that's what's really exciting. So thanks for explaining that, Cherie. Cam, you wanted some final words of wisdom.
Yeah, I also wanted to just comment on the fact that you can actually also see your membership in the club almost as an asset, because you guys are currently getting in on the beginning. This has only been about 2 months, and already membership is flying. I mean, I think it's none of us had any idea that people would be this interested in the service. And how it's going to work is slowly but surely, as more people come on, as it becomes more, as demand increases, the price is going to increase too. But the difference is, for you guys, because you got on early, the price will always remain at $400. But if in the future you ever decide, you know what, this isn't for me anymore, and you find someone to sell your club membership to, at that stage, the price could have increased by $100, $150. You guys would get a cut of that of that difference in your club membership value. So you can even see your membership now as not just something that's just a month-to-month payment, but almost like an investment that's increasing in value. So it's like a win-win at the end of the day. You know what I mean? What could possibly go wrong?
Thanks, Cam. Yeah, he's absolutely right. And it's important to know that when we say getting on the ground floor, it's not a pyramid scheme or multi-level. So it's not like that. It's just saying that because there's lots of us coming together, it's so important to understand that with our My Most Trusted 100 Club, our real passion is building My Most Trusted, the software, and getting it out to more and more people. That's our passion. We love it. And watching people, like yesterday with Selling on the Spot and Jane, who's on this call now, we love it. We love watching people. We're white labeling it. We're getting it out there. The markets and people we are accessing are mind blowing. That's where we want to go with this. The My Most Trusted 100 Club is equally as passionate, but we don't want to scale it and have hundreds and hundreds of companies. We want to use it because you all come together. So because you're all chipping in, you become like a buying club. That's why we estimate that the value of what you're getting in this club is at least $1,000 to $1,500 a month worth of value. And the last people that join, we're well over 20 now, as we start approaching 100, are going to start paying that amount, because that's what the value is, and they'll be happy to pay it. But what we want to do now is we want to work with people that really get it. We work with people that are like, flip, I love this idea. I can see where we're going with this. I'm not going to hurt anybody with my outreach. It's soft, it's gentle, but it's still powerful. And I'm getting these beautiful referrals. Okay, so I really hope you guys were going to join. There again, there's the link to book a 30 minutes with me. I'll take you through it. Let's get to know each other, see where your place in the club is. And like we said, we'll work out and estimate roughly how many referrals you can expect. And we'd love to have you on board, guys. So I'm going to stop recording now, and then I would love to take some questions. And beautiful. We'll see you on My Most Trusted.